I haven't chosen South Indian films. I think South Indian films have chosen me. For me today, it's only about doing good work. It can be in any industry, doesn't matter. I was really curious to see how Nawaz actually functions on set because I was too intrigued by his personality because whatever characters he plays on screen are extremely complex. My job is to convince you that this is this. So I think age, the way you look, what you do, nothing matters. We have to just be the character who we are. I still can't make sense out of why why a man has to get paid more for something the same thing that a woman is doing. Hello everyone, this is Tamannaah and you're watching me on Bombay Times Online.
She stole our hearts with her role in Bahubali and now she's going to surprise us with Sye Raa, welcoming Tamannaah Bhatia on Bombay Times Online. Tamannaah, tell me something about the movie. What attracted you to sign this movie?
When you're part of a film like Bahubali, to again attempt a period film is a really tricky call. And I guess what was playing on my mind is that there are comparisons. How can I do a character again in a period space without being, reminded of Avantika? And so many thoughts in that way. But when it came to Sye Raa, it was a really, really easy decision for me because I worked with Chiranjeevi Reddy sir. He is a director I really look up to. The previous film that we worked together on was one of my most critically acclaimed performances. So, and thereafter, of course, working with Chiranjeevi sir is something that's been on my list since I started working in the South Indian film industry. So for me, just getting the opportunity to share screen with him and in such a magnum opus which has so many different actors, and I think Sye Raa truly represents like a pan India, like because there are actors from every industry, which is such a rare thing. Normally it's either only Tamil actors or only Telugu actors or only Hindi mainstream actors. Here there's Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Bollywood, and that's something that really just to be a part of the same cast and crew, I think is really special for me.
Plus again, this movie is made again on a very huge scale. It's again on those lines of how Bahubali was made. That somewhere, does that put a lot of pressure on you because being a part of such a project, if it works for the audience, and then again you have a lot of pressure in terms of the production and what you deliver, what the outcome would be. Does that you feel?
So for me, actually, I don't feel any sense of comparison as an actor because that was a fantasy space. Like Bahubali is a completely fantasy space. It's it's in long ago versus Sye Raa is
based on a real incident.
It's on a real freedom fighter whose story was something that I think the whole team is very, very excited to share with the audiences because there are lots of unsung heroes, in our country, and we don't know about their stories. But what they did for freedom, just to kind of put that up on celluloid and show it in the best possible way. And I think who better than Chiranjeevi sir to play it, because he's just so charismatic and his eyes are so charismatic. I think he embodies that really beautifully.
How was your experience of working with him in this movie? Was it like when you met him for the first time and when it was, shooting the first scene with him, were you like somewhere like getting jitters and all?
The first scene that we shot together, fortunately or unfortunately, was one of the most difficult scenes for me, and it was a very intense scene also. And we had to shoot in the night. And yeah, I mean, I was standing in front of Chiranjeevi sir for the first time, mouthing my lines, and I thought I'm really going to mess it up because I was extremely nervous because I really admired him since I've been a part of the film industry, and just to stand in front of him was really surreal. So I really thought I'll mess up, but I think the scene was so. It really it took me with it, I didn't really, I think I was so much into what the scene wanted out of me, and I think I've had I feel very, very encouraged with the response I've got with everything that's come out in the promos till now. I think the look of Lakshmi has been really appreciated, and I have to mention Shushmita, who's done the clothes for us. She has really made each and every look, so distinct, and has really detailed a lot, and also makes our job really easy, because once you look like the character, then it just becomes so much easier to play it. So I think we won like half the battle just by looking the part.
Talking about your role, Lakshmi, in the movie, did you actually go and research the character you're playing, and what will be your role and how it should be, the personality development, or even for the action sequences you took a training and all, I'm sure. Tell us something about that.
This film basically, I don't know how much you can tell from the promos, but I had to, I play a classical dancer, so I had to actually take lessons for Bharatanatyam, because I am not a trained dancer. But of course, dance has been something that, it's been something that I really, really enjoy. And a lot of people who like my work like it because of, all the dance numbers that I've been a part of. So for me, but this was challenging, because you cannot, especially something that's in a period zone and something that's classical, it's very I think it's very touchy, so you have to be really careful about how you just out of sheer respect for the form, you don't want to, you want to do your best at it. At the same time, the character is very strong, and she's very, she embodies, I think, today's woman who's extremely strong and, fierce. So I think a lot of women will relate to this character.
Will we also get to see you with Amitabh Bachchan in the movie? Are there scenes with him? Because again, he's there with the character in the movie. But tell us something about that.
You're gonna have to watch the film and figure out.
But did you meet him on the sets and all? And did you have an interaction?
If I tell you that, then you'll know what. So I won't tell you anything. You have to go and watch the film. But what I really am he looks magical in the film. Yes. He really looks magical in the film, and especially his look, he looks like a god. So I think that's really amazing.
But somewhere did you see that beat Amitabh Bachchan, beat Chiranjeevi, they take a lot of challenges when it comes to undergoing a certain character and all. Even actors right now, they do all these things, but they are someone who aspire you somewhere that oh, this is something what you should be doing as well. What do you have to say about both the actors? And plus this is, I think, their first movie together.
That makes it super special, because for me, what I really what I've learned, or what rather I've taken away from this film and this experience, is that both of these actors are such huge superstars. Having said that, they never shy away from playing varied characters, and what's inspiring is that they always keep they work so much on their look, they work so much on how to build the character, and they don't shy away from playing any new character. And I think that is really, really it's a good thing to take up, because as an actor of this generation, I want to make sure that I play as many different characters as I can, and it's fun to be the quintessential film heroine. But I think today we're in the times, and they're awesome times, because we're in times of being an actor and donning different kind of roles and playing different parts. I think that is more exciting now.
But Chiranjeevi is undergoing some prosthetic treatments and all in the movie, and he would be seen in playing a young and plus going with the character. Now what happens when an old he's of course he's an elder actor, when he's doing something like this, it's completely acceptable. But now recently Kangana Ranaut took to Twitter, where she's actually talking about her sister is actually passing on this message that ageism is one thing where Bollywood should not, Bollywood actors for that matter, should avoid taking up roles of senior actors, where they should avoid going through prosthetic makeups and all, or Taapsee Pannu and Bhumi Pednekar doing all that age roles and all in Sand Ki Aankh. What do you have to say? Do you believe in this, that the people who are in that age should be playing a character like that, or even if an young actor can take a challenge like that?
I don't know. I think if I had to ever define what an actor is has to be able to take any kind of form and shape and any character. Tomorrow, if I need to be an alien in the film, and if they need to put a makeup on me, I'm not going to say I'm not old enough to be an alien, or I'm too human to be alien, or I don't know. I just feel like an actor cannot be bound by age, by how they look. I think eventually you're going to take the way you are, your personality, the way you look, and add and make something new for a character. And of course, everyone's casted because they suit the part. But I think that's really silly. I don't think age can ever stop you from. In fact, there's so many great actors in our country, and I feel like life is not enough to actually just see them do their thing, because they're so good at what they do. I think the West is something that I've seen, like the older the actor gets, or the more mature the actor gets, actually it's considered, it's a good thing, because you're just kind of getting so much more into your craft, and you get to play so many more complex characters. So I think it's completely untrue. And prosthetic is not a treatment. Prosthetics are makeup.
Makeup, yes.
Which is basically
the way they do it and all. It takes like 5 hours.
It could take any amount of time depending on how complicated the makeup is. So I think that is just it's a part of, films are what make belief. Whatever we do to make you believe a thing is, that's just what happens behind. At the end, when you see a film and you see an actor in a certain role, my job is to convince you that this is this.
That's true.
So I think age, the way you look, what you do, nothing matters. We have to just be the character who we are.
You've done a lot of movies in South, and you have done a few films in Bollywood also. What attracts you the most if you have to talk about the cinema, and what difference do you see in both the cinemas?
For me, what I am experiencing right now, and I'm really thrilled about it, is that, and I didn't even realize it, someone kind of pointed it out, or one of my fans pointed it out on Instagram, and that's when I realized that this year I have a period film, I have an action, out and out urban action film, I have a love story with Bole Chudiyan, which is a Hindi film. The action film is called Action, it's a Tamil film, and Sye Raa, of course, is the period film. And I have Petromax, which is a Tamil film, and it's a horror comedy. And my fan very interestingly kind of put pictures of all different characters, and I was like,
different industry.
Whoa, I'm doing really I was so happy to see that. I was just happy to realize that actually I'm playing different characters and getting that opportunity. And so it's like a golden time for me, because I've always been longing for this experience of trying to play different characters and being able to do that. So I think I'm really enjoying this right now.
Was it your personal choice to move down south and do movies over there, or was Bollywood not that easier right for you?
Well, I have had the most, I don't know how many people know what my journey was like, but when I started working I was 15 years old, and I literally got an offer from the producer actually came to my I think he came to my school or something, and I met them that way.
Okay.
And for me, everything has been organic. Yeah, my work is, the way I got work was extremely organic, and I feel like the way it came to me, I in retrospect, I think it's almost magical, almost fairy tale-ish, because I didn't have to pursue it. I really desired to do this, but every opportunity that came my way was extremely organic. What I did was I acted upon it at that point in time, and I worked really hard. And I did everything I could to understand what I'm supposed to do, and I did it to my best abilities at that point of time. So honestly, I haven't chosen South Indian films. I think South Indian films have chosen me, and I just got lucky, and I kept getting work more, and I kept working more and more because people accepted me, people liked me. So I'm one of those lucky few who gets acceptance from the audience, and because of that I'm here today, and I have the freedom now to be a global actor, to act in whichever language I want. So I think I think they've chosen me.
Because recently Rakulpreet also said, no matter how many good films you do in South, or how popular you're in South, it's a struggle out here in Bollywood. Do you somewhere feel the same?
I think today's time and age, it's about doing good work, good films. and that can be in any language. Now also everyone has different desires when it comes to their career, so it's kind of unfair to comment on anybody else's opinion. I mean, for me, it's just I've always wanted to be an actor, and I feel super lucky that I get to be an actor in all different languages, and I get to learn 2 new languages because I am from Mumbai and I speak Hindi and English naturally because I live here.
Yeah.
But I got to learn Tamil and Telugu. I speak Tamil and Telugu fluently. Whenever I go and I'm in Hyderabad or Chennai, I feel like that's another home. So I think having the opportunity to do this work has actually really broadened my horizons. So for me today, it's only about doing good work. It can be in any industry, it doesn't matter.
The Bole Chudiya teaser released recently. Tell us something about it. How was it working with Nawazuddin Siddiqui for this one?
He's the coolest. Like I was really curious to see how Nawaz actually functions on set, because I was too intrigued by his personality, because whatever characters he plays on screen are extremely complex. So he comes across as this very brooding actor. But when I met him on sets, he was so simple and he was so approachable, and I think we hit it off like on the moment go. So the scenes shaped up really well, and it's a love story. So there has to be a lot of give and take in terms of how we perform the scenes and how we create the chemistry. So I think it was very easy because he was so easygoing. So it made everything so easy for me.
Houseful 4 trailer has released today. Did you get to see?
No, actually, I haven't. I've seen the pictures. They look really cool.
You have worked with Akshay Kumar and you have worked in a comedy movie also with him. So how is are you excited for this one? Because it's completely a fun ride and we all actually wait for all these series of Houseful for sure.
Absolutely. I think it'll be, I'm sure, I've watched all the Houseful parts. So I'm sure this will be only more updated, only better. And yeah, I mean, Akshay, Ritesh, Kriti, Pooja, there's like a really huge cast. I'm sure it's going to be fun to watch.
And the last 2 questions for you. The first one is, we heard that you are going to do a special song in Mahesh Babu's movie. Is that true?
Yeah, I will be doing a
song. Tell us something about it.
So basically it's Anil Ravi Puri sir's film with Mahesh, and that's I just worked with them in F2. I worked with him in F2, which was a very successful Telugu film and got me a lot of accolades for it. More than just the film being successful, I think we had such a great time working together. And so the secret behind this song is that my director is he's a very good dancer himself. And we bond over Bollywood dancing. That's how we bond. Wow. So when I remember when we were shooting F2, whenever we used to have a get together, we used to end up break into a dance and do like Bollywood moves.
Awesome.
So I think I'm quite excited because he's called me for a song, because then I know he's going to expect me to do something different. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm sure it's going to be something exciting.
And we also believe that you're going to do a sports film.
Yeah. That's Gopi Chand. I'm working with Gopi Chand for the first time in Telugu. And again, the director is someone I worked with twice before, Sampath Nandi. So it's our 3rd film together. So hopefully this should be
And it's creating a lot of buzz already.
I really hope it's good.
First sports movie for you?
Yes, it's my first.
So you're undergoing training and all for that?
I will start very soon, very shortly.
And you're excited for this one?
Yeah, because people expect you to physically transform, and I've never actually been much of an athlete, but I think because I've been in the film industry, it helped me become fitter, and dance is something I've enjoyed, so I've taken that up as to help me eventually become fitter. But now I think it'll be interesting because using sports would be a completely different way to become oriented for the film, and also a completely new facet to me.
And Petromax, I believe it's a horror comedy. The poster looks very good.
It's actually a remake of a Telugu film called Ananda Brahma, which had Tapsi play the main lead.
Okay.
So it's a remake, and yeah, I mean, when horror comedies, when they're interestingly made, I think people always like it, they enjoy it. And there have been a lot of horror comedies that have come in the recent past in the Tamil film industry. So I think it was our responsibility to make sure that this one is different.
Talking about pay disparity, people in Bollywood and people in South also, face that, actresses, they come out in open. Tapsi, said that, actually women go through this a lot. What do you have to say? Do you agree that, actually actors are paid more and actresses are not paid much?
Yeah, I agree to that. But I also feel like as women, there is the disparity. I don't know how that's supposed to be corrected. But I also feel like at the end, as an actor, be it male or female, we need to bring in the numbers at the box office. If we bring in the numbers, then we automatically get paid.
But you actresses are actually a big contribution for such movies. In Bahubali, you had an amazing role.
Absolutely. Yeah, but in a larger scheme of things, like, I guess someone like Taapsee might have spoken it from heroine-centric films perspective. Especially because, I think it's so important that we bring in, the more numbers we bring in, the more the better the pay gets. But there is a pay disparity, and it's there, I think, in every field. I mean,
and you
film
would prefer
industry.
that this should change.
Of course, it should. I mean, there's no reason why it should not, and I still can't make sense out of why why a man has to get paid more for something, the same thing that a woman is doing. But yeah, so I hope that hopefully changes sooner.
Thank you so much, Tamannaah, for your time, and all the best for Sye Raa.
Thank you.